the kids are back to school, and it's time for the yearly reminder of how much I hate children.
Have you only just started to notice kids back to school?
This week, yeah.
Okay, because they've been back for like a week and a half for me now.
Yeah, because on the bus, obviously, different schools go back at different times if they're private schools and stuff like that, and the academies go back different times and all that. So they kind of have a staggered release, and then suddenly this
Staggered
week,
release date.
yeah, and then this week it's just been, the bus has been full up every morning. Late going home. There've been gangs of them walking on the pavements like they're allowed to use them. My taxes pay for those pavements.
Old man Christian here.
Anyway,
What young whippersnappers and their buses and their iPods and
the pavements.
Pavement. Yep.
There were some kids on the bus taking.
Academy.
Ozzy, they were enjoying themselves, and I'm not having it.
What?
They were socializing, they were taking photos, they were laughing at funny photos of their friends, and they were enjoying themselves, and I wanted them all to die.
I take it your bus journeys aren't as enjoyable then.
I'm exaggerating, obviously.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Are you? Really?
Every kid was annoying, even me.
I still am.
Well, yeah.
I never stopped.
That's very true. So, have you been up to anything interesting and or nice this week?
No, not really.
Okay. No, me neither.
Work. All work, no play.
Work, lemonade, round the corner, chocolate's made. Is that a fair summary of what you've been up to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I lost track of what we were doing for a moment then because of our muff talk.
Oh yeah, well, which I've cut out, so no one heard it.
Oh no. When you've trimmed the muff that no one can see it at all.
But it does make it easier to listen to. I've got lost on that metaphor.
I'm glad the L word you chose was listen.
Yes.
Makes it so much easier to listen to.
Yeah, it's just been working for me. Work.
Yeah.
I'm making an automated process, Ozzy, that will enter bank statement details for our clients into the finance system. And today I went to my own bank in real life to pay in some money that I'd withdrawn from the savings account in another bank that doesn't have online banking. And as I was doing it, I was thinking, ooh, I wonder what transaction type this will have. I have to make sure I capture that in the requirements document. Like, no, Christian, this isn't work.
What have I been doing? Cleaning up after all the little shits you hate so much.
Hooray!
Karma in a way, I suppose. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear,
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
oh dear.
Something rather interesting did happen at work. Someone I work with, she went off
Died.
Well, actually, Ozzy, yes, she did.
Oh.
So no, she didn't. No, she didn't.
She went off on a camping trip and never returned.
We don't know that she's dead.
True.
We just assume. Well, actually, no. Someone else didn't show up for work, and we were like, "Where is she? This isn't like her at all." And yeah, we couldn't get hold of her. Her phone was switched off. No one knew where she was. None of her friends from around the office could get hold of her, knew where she was, or anything like that. Then as I left the office, I suddenly got texts that people had sent me throughout the day, including one from her saying, "Oh, I've got a migraine. I'm at home." But we thought she'd died.
Your office is just so blocked off from the rest of the world that nothing could penetrate it until you stepped out of the building.
Yeah, it was weird. And I got a text from someone else I work with saying, "Oh, I'm feeling better today, so I'm going to be in." I was like, "Oh, I knew that." But yeah, the one I was going to say to start with was someone else went to the dentist and they had some horrible tooth shenanigans going on,
Oh,
which required like injections and anesthetics, and they came in like a bit bruised around the mouth where, you know, the dentist had been hammering away or whatever. Pardon?
A little bit sort of like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, she took the next day off because she was like going to be like that.
Oh, okay.
But then the day afterwards, she was in the office, absolutely fine. It's all of a sudden she just stands up. She's like panicking, and she goes to the manager, Venny, I can't see out of one of my eyes.
Oh.
One of my eyes has stopped working. So, yes, he took her to look, we work rather just down the road from an eye hospital. So they went there.
You all live there. In that
we're like the
just
teachers
down the
at
road
school.
From You're just hanging upside down, covering yourself with your wings.
Exactly. You've seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you'd been to my office.
I've been to similar offices where the Prime Minister's stroke watcher for Buffy the Vampire Slayer was one of your type.
Ah, yes.
Your kind. We don't like your kind round here.
Substance is krillitane oil. Yeah. So she went to the hospital, and she had to go in and have like MRI scan and everything like that. And they reckon it's something to do with the nerves in her brain, but they don't really know what. So that was a bit concerning.
Dentist has stuck the needle in too deep, and that they've like gone into the eye or something.
Yeah. So there's not really a punchline to that story. It was just a little bit concerning.
It's
we
more
wish her well.
More a cautionary tale of going to the dentist.
Oh, actually, it led to a conversation about dentists as well. And like, I love going to the dentist because I'm like a fucking teacher's pet at the dentist. My dentist told me I didn't have to come as often.
Your sticker and your lollipop and. I've got a whole selection of stickers now.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of the time we had a Great British Bake Off competition at work, and they gave out little stickers, and one of them said "soggy bottom" on it because that's like a catchphrase from the Great British Bake Off about the cakes having soggy bottoms. And I stuck it on my t-shirt because I thought it was hilarious, and then forgot about it. And it was only when I got home I realised why people have been giving me funny looks.
What was it like? Stuck to the back of the t-shirt or something?
No, to the front. Just a little proudly have this sticker on, just soggy bottom.
Oh no, fair.
So the only was something I have done is I watched the next Doctor Who in my ongoing journey.
Which one upon were you?
The Space Museum.
The Mace Museum.
Yes. Have you seen it?
I have not, no.
I will say it was. I thought it was really good. I really liked it.
Oh, one of your favourites so far.
Yeah, it was.
What is it? It's just
basically.
Spoilers ahead for this over 50-year-old episode of a TV show.
Well, I was going to be relatively. Well, there's not really a lot to spoil. It's not like there's big plot elements and plot twists and things like that, is there? It's not like Game of Thrones or something.
The Doctor and the companions battle an enemy.
Yeah. They land on this weird planet that seems to be some sort of museum, and they can't interact with anything.
Space museum?
Yes. They can't interact with anything. Like, you know, they touch something, it doesn't move like they've touched it. And you know, they find like a ghostly image of the TARDIS, and they deduce that they've kind of landed in a different time to when they land.
Okay,
yeah,
just out of time or something, like a split second out of the actual time zone. Yeah. And the plot kind of develops as well as, you know, they end up meeting the original inhabitants of the planet and helping them fight back against the people who conquered their planet and set up the museum and all that sort of stuff. Okay.
But yeah, it was good. Ian got more action scenes. The Doctor was cheeky as fuck, which I really like. I love how you have this image of like the Doctor. Most people think of, you know, your Smith, Tennant, Capaldi, Ecclescake, or whoever.
Kecklesake.
Yeah. But actually, the Doctor, the modern Doctor that they're playing, that has always been the Doctor. I love it.
Yeah.
Even back as far as 1965, I think this one was from.
Okay.
I was surprised because I never really hear the Space Museum talked about as a good episode, but out of all the ones I've seen so far, it's definitely one of my favourites.
One of those forgotten treasures.
Yeah.
Could underappreciated classic.
Yeah, could be down to personal taste. Maybe everyone hates it. I've just got weird taste.
You just like the political uprising of the planet or something.
Yeah. But yeah, it was quite good. The first time they've really dealt with sort of timey-wimey stuff.
Okay, maybe that's why it was a bit more interesting then.
Yeah, but then also, that's the other thing. It was only 4 episodes. So I think
4 is much more manageable.
Yeah, I didn't get
as opposed to like the 6 to 12 part epics.
Yeah, I didn't get bored at episode 3 and then start paying attention on the last episode. That's what normally happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked out pretty well. It was a good episode. So if you're thinking of watching some classic Doctor Who, I'd recommend watching The Aztecs, the Dalek Invasion of Earth I quite liked, and the Space Museum I also liked.
Christian's tips. Oh,
I lost my bell for a second there.
Oh,
Don't worry, I found it. It's not lost for long.
Between your legs. One thing, does this audio sound any better than what it was with the mic?
Yes, definitely.
You can tell I finally made it to the end of the tunnel.
Oh yeah, we should probably mention you're on a Behringer C1 microphone, which is a good entry-level condenser mic.
Passed on to me by my generous benefactor. The person who just gives me his second-hand stuff, basically.
Third hand. Who shall remain nameless.
Doesn't matter how many hands it's been through, as long as it works.
Well, no, I said third hand. That's not true. It is second hand. I meant like because it's not my. I was thinking of like it's my spare one, but it's not. It's my spare.
Oh, okay. So it's the third best one you had.
Yes.
But it was only second. It is only second hand because I'm only the second hand to have handed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
Good. No, good. It's like,
good.
I was just getting tired of like listening back to the podcast, and it sounds like I'm just sort of slightly underwater.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to talk to you through a thin layer of water. I've managed to pop that membrane now.
Oh, everyone loves a poppy membrane.
Oh, poppy membrane. Who's she?
Oh shit! I was about to sing the song from Mary Poppins that they sing about Mary Poppins, but the first thing that came into my head was, "How do you solve a problem like Mary Poppins?" That's the wrong film. Oh, it's a lovely holiday with Mary. There we are. Got it.
Okay.
So yeah, you've taken your first step on the dangerous path of audio equipment.
You could say I've taken my first step. It's more like I was pushed onto my first step by you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Here you go.
The path of mics and mixers and XLRs.
I was a little bit too small to climb up that step, so you had to give me the hand up.
Yes. It was like
really big step.
You were visiting the giant's house.
You'd
think if someone could climb a whole beanstalk, they could get up the steps. Although I suppose
beanstalks have like branches.
Yeah, that is true.
Steps are quite smooth. It's kind of like the Colosseums and stuff, where the walls were like smooth, so no one could try and climb up and out and stuff.
Yeah. Lubricated with the blood of the slain.
Well, yeah, but they didn't really need to do much work for that. It's not like they had to get a guy in to spray it down with some...
like War of the Worlds, just spraying blood everywhere. I'm imagining the Colosseum now, like the charity fund box that we've discussed in Digimon World, where you put, for anyone who hasn't listened to the whole of Digimon World, get on with it. Get on it, rather.
Oh, like 700 parts, 3 series.
Yeah.
How many side quests by this point?
It's in one of the highlights videos, I know that much.
Okay.
Yeah, when you put the little like 2p in and it spirals round down into this funnel and goes down into the hole. That's what the Colosseum was, basically. You just can't see it because it's so old.
Okay.
They'd put like a Christian in and they'd push him in one side and they'd go down into the bottom, and then there'd be a lion at the bottom with his mouth open. That's how it works.
The hole is the lion's mouth.
Oh,
Actually, that would be a pretty good charity fun box that could be made as like a Roman Colosseum one, and the mouth is the lion's mouth at the hole. What?
Yeah, it'd be a massive mouth, though.
Have you not seen a lion's mouth?
Or you'd only... But the thing is, because of the funnel, the mouth would have to go round the entire end of the funnel, so you wouldn't see the lion. You'd only see just like a tongue, like the sarlacc.
Well, no, you'd have like the teeth and the lips of the mouth, like you're looking at a lion from above and he's looking up at you from below.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could kind of have the face and the mane around the hole.
But then what if the 2p gets, or the Christian gets stuck on like the top of the lion's face or something? That's why I was thinking the mouth has to go.
Got a monocle.
Oh, okay. All right then. Lubricated monocle for them to slide off of. So yeah, that's all I had.
Oh, actually.
Oh.
Keeping on the whole Roman Colosseum element only very slightly.
Okay.
The most recent audiobook I have listened to.
I thought you were going to say you bought some slaves and forced them to fight, but all right. Whatever.
Right. Suppose you don't want to know then.
Oh, but I do, Ozzy, but I do.
Oh, but I do. Well, it's 100.
What?
Just 100. That's the name of the audiobook.
Okay.
It was the 100th release. But what I quite liked is that it was an anthology. So it was, again, like 4 one-part episodes. And what you might be interested in was that the second one was by our good old friend, Mr. Robbie Sherman.
Ah, Robbie Sharmaton.
Robbie Sharmaton.
My favourite. We should just say, because I am a big fan of his, it's Robert Sherman.
Yeah. Good old Bobby.
Bobby Charlatan.
Oh, is it Sherman or Shearman?
Oh, I just said Sherman.
Sheer. It's spelt sheer.
Yes.
Because there's an A.
Like Bashir, but without the ba and spelled differently.
Yeah, surely if it was just Sherman, there wouldn't be an A in there. Yeah, but the first story was 100 BC, where the Doctor and Evelyn arrive at Rome and realise that Julia Caesar has just been born.
Ah.
And they need to try and fix it, but Evelyn's determined not to fix it because she wants to know what a woman-oriented human race would look like in the future.
Ah.
The one by our good old friend Bobby is My Own Private Wolfgang.
Oh.
Which is it was weird because like throughout most of it, you're following an alternative timeline before what the Doctor and Evelyn does changes it to make it the timeline that we know.
Oh, so it's like that is the actual timeline and they changed it.
And the one that we know of is the changed timeline. Ah. But because they're the time travelers, they see it from both points of...
Now that's interesting because he did something similar in Jubilee.
Yeah. This one was a little bit more of that though. This was like it's kind of like what if Mozart had just carried on living to the point that he was no longer really a genius and just became a mediocre publisher, like doing like a film score for the remake of The Italian Job and stuff like that.
When you say carried on living, do you mean like to a ridiculous extent?
Yeah,
like 300 years old, isn't it? Yeah.
But you find out why.
Okay.
Yeah. The third one was quite. It was like what it's like. It was told through the perspective of a story where this one family, the parents would die every time the next grandchild is born on the day, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And it turns out that this like alien creature had married a human years ago, got spurned by the human and thought to be a witch. So the creature was like going through the descendants of this man's family and just putting them to sleep for 100 years every time the next descendant is born.
Okay.
And they'd just be in like a frozen state of 100 years, still conscious and stuff.
All right.
But it was quite nice because not nice. It was actually quite bad, but good in the sense that You think it's all done. They've beat the monster at the end. Yay. Then it turns out the character that was telling the story throughout the whole thing was the monster that had survived.
Ah.
And it leaves you on this whole, you didn't win, muhahahaha type.
Humans were the monsters all along.
Oh. Yeah, no, but it was just quite like a somber little twist at the end. It was just like, oh, okay, this one was quite dark.
Ah.
They didn't win, and the monster's still carrying on this 100 years of death type thing.
Some people are just cursed.
Yeah.
Some people are cursed. Get over it.
And then the final one was it was like 100 Days of the Doctor.
Okay.
And basically, someone has assassinated the Doctor. They've injected him with something that will kill him in 100 days. It's like a super intelligent virus. So now he has 100 days to try and figure out who did it and fix it.
Okay.
And it involves him like realizing he's coming to the end of his life and visiting what if, or I say what if, they turn out to be the real future Doctors.
Okay.
And the fifth. Coincidentally, he only seems to pop back and visit the Big Finish available Doctors of the time. But yeah, it was quite a nice one of just him sort of going and reminiscing about the past and looking forward to what the future could have been if he wasn't going to die. And...
Okay. I've got the Wikipedia page for 100 up.
Okay.
The 100 Days of the Doctor was written by the same guy that wrote Father's Day, Human Nature and Family of Blood.
Paul Cornell. Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Paul Cornetto.
Paul, give me Cornetto.
Just Paul Cornetto.
What else did he write? Sorry, I heard Father's Day in there.
Human Nature and Family de Blood.
Okay. But yeah, I do recommend this one. This one I did rather enjoy. I think it was nice because it was 4 small little stories, and each one was pretty good on its own as well.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't get that one story that kind of bored me halfway through.
Right.
They all held their pace throughout the half an hour, and it was pretty enjoyable.
Cool.
Yeah. But this is also the last the last released Big Finish that is only $2.99.
Oh no.
So I've still got a few of the 5th Doctor that I haven't got, and a few of the 6th Doctor that doesn't involve Evelyn.
Okay.
So once we've got them, we've got all the $3.99 ones, and we're gonna have to start forking out more money for.
Well, yeah, like I said, before I go on holiday, I'll probably get some more 8th Doctor ones.
Oh, you're at the point where you've got to pay a bit more as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah, I want to get them in for my holiday.
Well, I look forward to it eventually. I started Creed of the Croman today.
Oh yeah.
Just because that's where I'd got before buying another load of 6th Doctors, and thought, okay, I've heard Creed of the Croman when I was younger. I kind of want to listen to all these new ones I've got, and then I'll carry on with the 8th again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all I've really done. All my news is always Big Finish related.
Well, you've brought the podcast, Ozzy, to a Big Finish. Ha.
Unless, of course, I start to talk about the 1999.
So, thanks everyone for listening. If you've enjoyed that, don't forget to like, subscribe, bell, podcast, rate and review, etc.
Bash, bosh.
Real good nosh.
Diddly diddly dosh.
If you've got any questions or comments or concerns or subpoenas or DMCA takedown notices,
inquiry,
you can send those to contact@termco.net, which will be written in the show notes. You can tweet at Invisible Tower. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can comment down below.
Or oh, is that it?
That's it.
I was just preparing for the next one.
Well, the next one, Ozzy, is you, because your YouTube channel is TS Reactions.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm gonna be
heavily distorted.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Is it maybe when I turn to look at the mic, maybe? Is that what's distorting me?
Probably,
and then
possibly, yeah. Because it's like there's too much audio traveling down the tube.
Oh, so like I'm looking at the screen right now, and now I'm looking at the mic.
Okay, but you're not as loud this time, so it's not the same.
I could turn on a distortion myself.
Well, yeah. And on that bombshell.
On that bombshell, it is time to end, as it was 5 minutes ago. So thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed any of this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Wait, hang on.
Wait a minute. Deja vu.
Deja vu. Join us next week for another wacky whirlwind adventure. Oh, I will just mention, I'm going to start on the EU4 again this week. This coming week. Just if anyone's keeping up to date, keeping track of that, because they've they kind
Pretty
of
sure they are.
they're going to release a new expansion, a new update rather, not an expansion, which they did kind of as a surprise. They only announced it a couple of weeks ago, but they've focused on the area and the nations that I like playing the most, which is steppe nomads. So I'll be back on that on the Wednesday.
On the Wednesday, considering your channel is like 80% EU4, I'm sure there's some people out there that's excited.
Yes.
Me, however, couldn't give an absolute toffee.
Well, on that bombshell, go away.
Oh.